Ever feel like you're stuck in a loop, endlessly putting things off despite knowing better? You planned your day, made your to-do list, even felt motivated, and yet here you are, watching another video, still avoiding that one thing you should be doing. Welcome to Psychology Threads, where we break down the science of the mind to help you master it. And today, we're diving into something that almost everyone struggles with: procrastination. But here's the twist: procrastination isn't about laziness. It's far deeper than that. It's a psychological survival mechanism rooted in fear, perfectionism, and how our brains are wired. In this video, we're going beyond cliches. We'll unpack the hidden forces behind why you delay, and more importantly, how to break free. So, if you're tired of letting time slip away, stay tuned. This might just change the way you approach productivity forever. Let's start by redefining procrastination. Most people think it's about being lazy or undisciplined, but that's not the truth. Procrastination is actually a coping mechanism, a way for your brain to avoid discomfort, not a reflection of your character. Here's how it works. Your brain is hardwired to seek immediate gratification. Evolution favored those who chose short-term rewards over long-term plans, because in ancient times, survival often depended on quick actions, not delayed benefits. That's why scrolling through social media feels easier than starting a report due in a week. The dopamine hit is now, not later. But there's more. Procrastination is often a form of emotional avoidance. When you think of a task, like writing a report, having a difficult conversation, or even going to the gym, your brain doesn't just see the task, it triggers a feeling: anxiety, insecurity, self-doubt. These emotional reactions push us to avoid the task and instead seek something safer, easier, more pleasurable. In essence, procrastination isn't about time management, it's about emotion management. And until we understand that, we stay trapped. So, what's really causing this internal resistance? First, let's talk about perfectionism. Sounds like a strength, right? But perfectionism often creates a fear of not being good enough. So instead of risking failure, we avoid the task entirely. Better to do nothing than to do something that might not be perfect. Then there's self-doubt, the quiet whisper in your mind that says, "You're not capable. You'll mess it up. Why even try?" These thoughts don't just delay you, they paralyze you. And here's another layer, something called reward deficiency syndrome. If your brain doesn't perceive a task as rewarding, it deprioritizes it, no matter how important it may actually be. That's why boring, repetitive, or unclear tasks are the first to be delayed. So when we combine perfectionism, self-doubt, and lack of perceived reward, you get a powerful cocktail that feeds procrastination. But what's the cost? Let's take a closer look. On the surface, procrastination looks harmless. A few delayed emails, a missed workout, a project pushed to the last minute. But over time, the cost is far greater. First is the mental toll. Procrastination triggers guilt, and guilt triggers stress. You start feeling anxious, overwhelmed, even ashamed. That internal pressure can leak into your sleep, your relationships, and your overall sense of peace. Then there are the missed opportunities. Deadlines passed, chances lost, dreams never acted upon. That business you wanted to start, the book you meant to write, the skills you planned to learn, gone. Not because you weren't capable, but because you didn't start. And here's the most dangerous part: it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you procrastinate, the worse you feel. The worse you feel, the more you avoid. And the more you avoid, the more you reinforce the idea that you can't do it. And so the cycle continues. But this cycle can be broken. Let's talk about how. You don't need to wake up tomorrow and become a productivity machine. You just need a few simple tools, used consistently. Let's start with the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. This creates momentum and trains your brain to act rather than avoid. Next, tiny habits. Instead of saying, "I'll write for an hour," say, "I'll write for 5 minutes." Small wins lead to big victories. Then there's task chunking, breaking big goals into small, actionable steps. This reduces overwhelm and increases clarity. Pair this with the Pomodoro Technique, 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a 5-minute break. It's been proven to boost focus and reduce mental fatigue. But here's a powerful mindset shift. Visualize your future self. See yourself succeeding, finishing the task, hitting the goal, enjoying the result. This builds a personal connection with your future, making short-term discomfort feel worth it. These aren't just productivity hacks, they're psychological rewirings. Long-term success isn't about willpower, it's about systems, environment, and self-compassion. Let's talk about self-compassion. Beating yourself up for past procrastination doesn't help. Instead, acknowledge it, forgive yourself, and shift focus to what you can do now. Growth starts with kindness. Next, dig deeper. Ask yourself what fear is behind this delay. Is it fear of failure? Fear of judgment? Lack of clarity? Journaling or therapy can help uncover these hidden blocks. And finally, create an environment that supports success. Turn off notifications. Set up a dedicated workspace. Use tools that limit distractions like website blockers or productivity timers. Success doesn't come from force, but it comes from alignment. Align your habits, mindset, and surroundings with the person you want to become. And remember, beating procrastination isn't a one-time fix. It's a journey, one that starts with understanding and continues with action. If this video helped you see procrastination in a new light, consider subscribing to Psychology Threads, where we decode the mind so you can master it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep growing.